Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Nora Chambers of Dearborn High School, of course, who's getting ready for her final season of tennis for Dearborn High School. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. This week has been kind of chaotic. I just got back from Florida 2 days ago, but it's been pretty good.
Nice. So just kind of talk about how this year's kind of really going so far. Of course, had a good cross country season, and also just talk about how your senior year is going overall.
Yeah, so my senior year has been going pretty smoothly. I've been really having to focus on getting to deadlines and organizing my time because it's very much a year where you have to kind of prepare for scholarships while also preparing for college applications and then keeping up with my course load of four AP classes, a college class, and my orchestra, which I mean, every single one of my classes requires a certain amount of um, attention, and then also doing like my orchestra where I have to, prepare for concerts and different events. Plus, obviously my cross country and my tennis. When you're in the sports season, it really is like half of my day because when you're doing cross country, it's one of the most straining sports I feel because it's just constant movement. And it's much more, in my opinion, of a mental sport than it is a physical. I mean, as much as you need your physical body for it, you really, the hardest part is to just convince yourself that you can do it and you're halfway there. So my senior year honestly wouldn't have been half as good without cross country season. It's such a good way to get with like the community. And yeah, it's been pretty good. I don't know what else I could say if you want me to elaborate on
Oh, you're fine. Uh,
okay.
okay, so this year alone, you kind of mentioned a few things that I kind of want to talk about here. You talk about a lot of these things that you're a part of and stuff with cross country and just in be just being on top of different clubs that you're involved in, and I'll get into that in a little later. But how do you just handle all that and just handle schoolwork and then all the extra stuff that you do and then the sports and just being an everyday kid?
Yeah, so that really is probably the hardest part is just becoming that organized. I've always been a very like planning out my things kind of person. I love to have like a digital planner and I have my own like journal where I can just keep up with everything. So I would say honestly, if I didn't have those things in place, I would not get half as many things done. Um, and yeah, the biggest thing is just keeping them in your mind, reminding yourself, putting reminders. At some point, I kind of like gained this ability to just remember things where like I'll just, have my schedule in my mind and I know exactly what to do, when to do it, and to stay on top of things. And like as you said, with all the clubs and things, you just have to prioritize some things over others. And then sometimes you do have to sacrifice some things and just be like, okay, this is too much for me right now. I have to slow down. And if you don't give yourself those breaks, then you can't burn yourself out. And that's what I've really been trying to work on is to just not burn out and just, it's senior year. I still want to enjoy the moment. So it takes some work and effort to, keep up with the things.
Yeah, and just like you talked about that, you just trying to avoid as much burnout as possible. Like, is there days where you just like, are there like certain activities where you just like find like completely outside of school, completely outside of everything, just to go hang out with friends and stuff?
Absolutely. Like, I always make time to, do things that I love. I love just going outside once in a while, even when the weather's bad, just like walking around, going out with my friends, going to eat, doing anything. Um, as long as I'm not by my, like, not, like, I like being by myself, but as long as I'm not mentally in like a lonely place, I feel good about things. And I don't tend to feel burnout because I like what I do. And, distracting myself with things that I like to do really has never been a struggle for me because I honestly try to steer away from like things that I don't enjoy doing. And if I don't enjoy doing something, I'm not going to force myself to do it. Um, and I think it's a very big myth that like studying and doing these hard classes and, maintaining all these things is like a punishment or not a punishment or just like people will be like, how do you do that to yourself? But really, I enjoy doing it because I know I'm helping myself and I like to, have like make myself a better person in general.
So, just reading about this, you reading your bio when they made when the MHSA made the announcements. Of course, the reason why we wanted to get Nora on here is because she's also an MHSA scholarship award winner from a few weeks ago. Just kind of talk about what made you decide to apply for that.
Yeah. So there wasn't really like one certain thing, but I like the idea of being able to show that I'm not just uh, a good student and an involved member of my community, but also that I'm an athletic person. And I wanted to show how those things kind of intertwine with each other because I feel like they really do go hand in hand. Like I wouldn't be as much of a patient and mentally strong person as I am without cross country. And also like with tennis, just I don't know, I have such a passion for the sport that it has given me a passion for other things. And they've all just kind of inspired each other. And the scholarship that I won really helped me portray that properly. Um, and I also feel like it was a very personal scholarship because not many people have as much of both worlds. Like I feel like you're either more of a completely academic and school related type of person or a completely type of athletic and sports type of person. So I was kind of just a mix of both and seriously like a huge fan of both things at the same time. So it was pretty good for me.
Yeah. So, outside of sports and outside of being a good student, you're also, as I mentioned, you're also involved in a lot of these different clubs, the Discover Islam Club, the Social Justice Club. You also tutor elementary school students. So just kind of talk about just being a part of all these different things.
Yeah, so I recently got the job of being a tutor at Deer Park Elementary with kids. Like I love kids. Honestly, I've always known I wanted to go into the medical field, but ever since getting that job, I loved it so much, but also I had to let it go because of the tennis season. It's like right at the same time, so I was so sad to let it go. But it honestly made me realize that in the medical field, I want to become a pediatrician just because I love working with kids. And it was very funny to me to see that like some of my coworkers would get like tired of the kids and I would just be laughing. Like they're so fun and enjoyable and they give me energy. They don't drain me. And then like my other clubs like National Honor Society, it's really just putting in the timeline and keeping people up to date and just getting things done as soon as you get told about them. Like I don't lay things off because there's no time for that. Like I have so many other things going on that I'm just like if someone sends me something immediately I have to get it set and done and prepared to go. I have like a very put together just we have every 2 weeks we have an NHS meeting. It's always mandatory and we have like 100 kids in our meetings. In other clubs, sometimes some of the clubs that I mentioned are very like not seasonal, but they will be like a huge part of my life for a certain amount of time, just because I have to, work on them crazy to get them out of the way for a little while, and then focus on other things. because I have so much else to worry about. Like, for example, the Dearborn High Pad project, it was a huge initiative for me, where I was told from my AP Bio teacher to take control of it. And so I just started getting on it straight away. I made a whole presentation to our health department for all the Dearborn schools, I think. And they want me to go present at City Hall, but I had to just get that done in like December. And now we're here in March. And thank God I did, because my life got really crazy after that. But that's how I got it out of the way, and it ran really successfully. And now I just go and fill out our little boxes every once in a while in the bathrooms, and it's running really smoothly. So just getting things out of the way and, moving forward and just going. Yeah, that's how I do it.
Yeah. Okay, so what is the Dearborn Pad Project? I forgot to mention that, so I know you were part of that too. So just kind of maybe explain for people that might not know.
It's an initiative from my school. Basically, I think the health department reached out to the schools in my district and said, like, could you get a student to be in charge of making menstrual products accessible to all students. And so I think the counselor or whoever it was in the office told the AP biology teacher in my school about it. And she then was requested to find a student that she thought would do a good job at it. And so she selected just me to be in charge of it. And I was honored. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, sure. So basically what I had to do was create like a database to find out how many students don't have access to menstrual products, um, what we should be bringing into the school for them, how we can keep an organized system. And then I made posters in every bathroom in our school, which was, I think, around nine bathrooms, maybe more. But so they all have like a QR code on them, and just what our pad project is. And then we just have boxes with pads, tampons, and the form also has like requests if they need anything else. They can go to the office, and just other things in general like that to help out girls.
Yeah, that's amazing. And just the initiative of doing that and being selected, that had to be probably one of the biggest things that you probably ever done in your high school career. People will remember, it's like, you know what, I did that. And now it's like, 5 years later, I'm like, wow, I can't believe that's still around and I was a part of all that.
Yeah, it was really like, I just felt so like excited, and just I even to this day I just feel so honored to have been invited to that.
Okay. Well, now let's talk about this tennis season you got coming up. What do you want to accomplish in this last year?
Honestly, I am so sad to be leaving, especially because of the tennis season. Like, I'm so sad to be leaving my tennis team, my coach, and just the sport itself. Like, I know for a fact it's a sport that's going to stay with me for the rest of my life. I'm never going to stop playing because I play as much as I can. Like, even in Michigan weather, I go outside when the weather's like 50, 45 degrees just because I want to go and hit my racket. Like, it's so enjoyable. And this season, I really want to, I'm hoping to like accomplish something bigger than what I have before. And I think I can do it if I put in the right amount of effort and, dedication to the sport, which I do have such a passion for it. So I think I will. But I'm really just hoping to have a good time, um, stay close to my community in the tennis community. And my sister, she's a sophomore this year, so we get to play again this year. Like, she's gonna be on the same team as me again. And I'm just looking forward to just being with them and the whole experience. It's just amazing.
Okay, so where I know you kind of mentioned what you want to kind of go into for a career, but where are you going to college? What are you going to have you decided where you're going to college and stuff?
No, I haven't decided yet because I applied mostly regular decision for my college applications. So they come out in April. Some are coming out this month. but most of them in April. I so far I have a full ride to U of M Dearborn, so that will always be an option. I live very close to U of M Dearborn, so it would be pretty useful. I don't know how exactly the scholarship would work with that though, so we'll see. But I also have other offers in out of state places. Like I got Pepperdine University. The only conflict would be that it is religiously affiliated without my religion, but that's not really like a huge concern. It's more about the financial aspect where they are very expensive. So I'm honestly not sure yet. I'm hoping for my decisions soon. So hopefully I will get an answer to you sometime.
All right. And finally, I know that you only have like, let's see, we're in March, that time of recording. You only have at least maybe about a little less than 2 months, and you're gonna be walking across the stage and graduate. Did you ever think that did you ever think you would get to this point? Because it's like, it's not gonna, and then it's actually here, and then, but also, what do you feel like that you've left, as you kind of think about? And probably for the next few months, it's gonna be like, wow, we got a few more months left, and then I'm done.
Yeah, honestly, it feels so surreal. Like it feels just, I feel like it was not that long ago. I was just a little freshman, just having moved to America, barely knowing where I was in the world. And it was just a crazy feeling. And to now being like, I feel so at home in my school and having like a group of good friends and, good friendships with my teachers, my coaches, everything. It's just crazy. And honestly, I have come to a point of just being at peace with where what I have done. And I am very proud of the fact that I have, stuck to what I believe in and just endured everything and just gotten through it while also having fun. And I'm just thinking back to, for example, cross country, as I said, was a very mental sport. The fact that I did it for all 4 years, just thinking that I did that makes me like go like wow, because we even had summer practices. So basically our season was like June through November, which is like longer than all other seasons. And I remember thinking like every season I would say, am I really going to do this next year? There's no way I'm doing this next year. This is so hard. And then I would always go back to it because I just, I had that resilience to just be like, okay, we got to do this. And in the end, I'm so happy I did it. Like it really changed me for the better as a person.
Oh, that's all.
And I honestly, as much as I want to say that I'm like very sad to be leaving, because I am sad to be leaving, I'm also very excited to be leaving and to start a new chapter of my life. I feel like I am ready for that point and that I have put in enough work to, I've proved myself enough to go to college.
Yeah. All right. Well, Nora, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us. And best of luck. Best of luck this tennis season. And you know what? We'll have you on again, and maybe in a few months if that's okay.
That would be awesome. Thank you so much for having me.